I like it. Former world champion Jenson Button could have been talking about more than just the racetrack when asked about the Austrian Grand Prix. This is old school. Surrounded by the lush, green Styrian mountains and a 2-hour drive away from the capital Vienna, this is a weekend to put the stress of modern life behind you and enjoy the great outdoors. Or, more specifically, load up the caravan, pitch your tent with thousands of other fans and have the Formula One equivalent of a Glastonbury Festival-style experience. Instead of champagne-filled super yachts or Instagram-filtered VIP lounges, Spielberg offers fans a chance to take a nostalgic trip down memory lane. Quite literally. The old Osterrichering, used in the 1970s and late 1980s, is open to walk around with a beer in one hand and a Bosna, bratwurst sausage, onions and a blend of mustard or tomato ketchup with curry powder, in the other. Hamilton wins the French GP as Vettel penalized. Hamilton is once again benefiting from Vettel marginal errors. Relive Hamilton's French Grand Prix victory as Giancarlo Fisichella and Alexander Wurz will tell you. Interesting, but what would you talk about? Reminisce over the elation of a home win for Niki Lauda in 1984. Benetton's Austrian GP promotion in 1999 was. With his gearbox slowly failing, the Austrian nursed his McLaren across the line and on the way to a third world championship. Gerhard Berger came close in 1994 with a second-place finish, but for now, it's a stat that won't be threatened anytime soon. Lauda is still the only countryman to win in Spielberg. Stroll across to the spot where Nigel Mansell executed a sublime pass on Williams teammate Nelson Piquet to take victory in 1987. Then chuckle to yourself as you remember Murray Walker's firm examination of Mansell's bump on the head, after the Brit had smacked it on a steel girder while celebrating on the way to the podium. The Austrian version of Where's Wally? If you can do all that whilst wearing a bright orange Max Verstappen t-shirt, plus a helmet adorned with giant bull horns or antlers, then you will have earned your red and white Austrian stripes. The festival headliner. Every festival needs a headliner, and what better draw than the birthday of the happiest man on the grid, Daniel Ricciardo. The last year of your 20s can often feel like a time for reflection and change. Race day at the Red Bull Ring sees Ricciardo turn 29. Could an announcement about the Australian's future be on the cards after talks with McLaren and Renault were held? Probably not. But a party for the Honey Badger in a field full of raucous fans sounds like a race weekend to remember. Alles zum Geburtstag, happy birthday in German. Daniel Flashback Quiz. Multiple winners is the focus of our quiz this week. Only 6 drivers have won the Austrian Grand Prix more than once since 1970, 3 being the highest number of victories. To give you a helping hand, 5 are world champions, 1 is a championship runner-up. The clock is set to 4 minutes for you to name as many as you can. Go. Can you name all 6 drivers? How to play. Score, 0, 604 hours 0 minutes. Disable timer. Start quiz. You scored 0/6. Share your score with your friends. Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. Copy and share link. Answers. Give up. Previously in F1. Francois Leclerc, the front of the grid may have been business as usual, Hamilton, Bottas and Vettel, but it was rookie Charles Leclerc who made the headlines. Round 8. Sauber's Monegasque driver made the top 10 shootout to further stake his claim for a possible seat at Ferrari next season. Triple hammer time. The King Kong Trophy is up for debate, but Lewis Hamilton won't mind. The Mercedes man took his 3rd win of the season with a dominant display at Paul Ricard. Title rival Sebastian Vettel caused a first-lap tangle with Valtteri Bottas to dent his hopes of taking charge of the championship race. The track back pocket facts. Austrian composer Franz Schubert was nicknamed Schwammerl, Little Mushroom, by his friends because he was just 5 feet tall. Hollywood's most prestigious night is catered for by an Austrian. Master Chef Wolfgang Puck has fed A-list winners for 24 consecutive Oscar ceremonies and this year used 30 pounds of gold dust on the food. In 1552, a Habsburg prince brought the first elephant to Austria from Spain to be a part of the king's menagerie. Unfortunately, Suleiman and the elephant only survived a year in the cold climate of Vienna. The Austrian flag is one of the oldest national flags in the world. It dates from 1191, when Duke Leopold V fought in the Battle of Acre during the Third Crusade. Drivers' social coverage. Austrian Grand Prix coverage details. Days. Session time. Radio coverage. Online text commentary. Friday, 29 June. First practice 09:55:11:35 BBC Radio 5 Live Sports Extra from 09:30 Second practice 13:55:15:05 BBC Radio 5 Live Sports Extra from 13:30 Race Preview and Podcast 21:0021:30 BBC Radio 5 Live Saturday 30 June 3rd practice 10:55:12:05 BBC Sport Online from 10:30 qualifying 13:55:15:05 BBC Sport Online post qualifying podcast 5 Live website Sunday 1 July race 14:0016:30 BBC Radio 5 Live Sports Extra from 12:30 Monday 2 July race review and podcast 04:30 BBC Radio 5 Live